Welcome back, everybody, to the semifinals of the Kutztown Overwatch Invitational. I am joined here once again by my wonderful co-host, Kyle.
Yep, I'm glad to be here again. Today, for our next semifinal match, we got Drexel B versus Widener, and I cannot figure that out. But last time we saw Widener play, it was a very exciting four-game match that they brought out, going from losing and drawing for the first two to completely dominating the second two. And then we also got to bring back Drexel B, who was able to beat Team 1 of Kutztown. How do you feel going into this next game?
I think it's going to be a very interesting game because everyone has their eyes on it. Widener has already showed us that they are not capable of just losing steam. Their morale is all the way at the top bar, and that's going to let them really soldier on through. Now, is it going to be another map 4 scenario? Probably not, now that we're on Oasis, and that's a little bit of a different map than Lijiang. However, no one will know for sure until we actually start getting in there.
Yeah, I know going to this, we're going to Oasis again. You know, it's going to be the same comps probably. We're going to see the Rhine again. Hoping maybe for map 2 we don't see Kings Row again. I would love to see a new hybrid map, but it's whatever they choose. You know, Kings Row is probably the best map for hybrid out of all of them, and it's probably going to be another pick. But maybe we even get to a third map today.
You know, we've seen it once, and we can see it again. Now here we are on Lijiang, opening on pretty much like the university center point, which has that hole in the middle. So some teams do take advantage of that. We're going to see Beru on the Reaper again. We have that really solid DPS lineup. Now, from previous battles, we know that not taking care of that Reaper and that DPS lineup is what led to the defeat of the other team. So if Widener is knowledgeable of this, they can really start getting things done if they immediately put their resources into Reaper.
Now, I'm starting to get a little worried here with Widener's comp here, going with the Winston and them having going against a Reaper. That Winston would be able to die, but will get instantly demolished by that Reaper if they're not careful. And you know, we got an Ana instead of a BAP on Rokars, even though we've seen a lot of good utilities from Rokars on BAP. So, well, I'm excited to see what happens.
We see a little bit of a misstep from Beru. Spoke a bit too soon. Sorry about the caster's curse, buddy. And he goes down immediately. Immo gets taken down as well. Widener just showing who is boss. They're not going to get bossed off this point, and they immediately cap it, start to trickle out, and really start to stagger players that are around them.
You see Jason's gone down through the pin to the Rhine. Another shift key, but it looks like Widener has taken point. You know, no one's really pushing right now. They're just weirdly going on the left of. You know, we got Drexel B going into Widener spawn for some reason, trying to go Ryan, but you know, Ryan's back in now. We got Lucio going at it, nanoing the Winston here, looking for the high damage. Ryan is very low, but the immortality comes down, saving him. But it's not going to be enough. Probably no Winston have to jump out, and it looks like Widener's gonna hold maybe, but BAP is holding his window here, trying to get him his heal as much as possible, trying to get me, you know, as much damage as he can, while Winston is trying to fling him right off that point, but goes down to the D.Va.
Seems like Blankets throwing out that window really just helped them clean up, and it looks like at this point Drexel B is really going to get the point for themselves, not letting them get even halfway through. We also see that they have almost 5 ultimates online on the other side, so allowing them to really get all of that range and figure out, we're going to see a bit of an ultimate bloodbath once we start pushing onto this point.
We see that they changed up that Winston to go for the Rhine now. Oh, here comes Ace with the Devo. Will he get anyone? He gets one. He gets a molting cast, taking it down easily. Beru going Reaper, looking like he might lose this 1v1 here to Sean. We don't know though. Oh, Sean's going down. It's very close, but Sean doesn't get out. Holding it, we got 2 people on point, but they're down. Both the D.Va and Lucio looking like, and D.Va eats the Reaper from Beru, and looking like a Widener dub on the point right now.
We see Widener taking the advice that they must cancel out that Reaper and do everything in their power. We see them on the D.Va eating the ultimate, even getting the ultimate out in the first place when it looked like he was alone, is going to make it very hard for them to stay on Reaper. It looks like for the time being they're going to keep it. However, we're starting to get some different ultimates on the screen here. Only Shatter from the side of Widener. However, the other side has Bomb and Window again. So they could engage with that window and start to really pepper some damage in.
They can. Oh, here comes the bump right into the hole. He gets the shatter on the Reaper, but gets taken down instantly. It looks like it's an even fight right now, but it looks like Drexel B is taking over right now. Man, but that bomb in the, bombing around the hole, is devastating to see. But it still somehow brings out a victory over that point for Drexel B.
When you think about Widener, you think about a close game, and this is no different. We are literally going up by tens of percents, and then the point flipping. All sorts of resources being utilized into fights, and only for the other team to flip it. We have to be very careful about what we use here, and noticing how we're brawling inside. Just hopefully trying to get some damage peppered in, and make sure that they're rotating not towards main, but up to the high ground.
Looks like we're going to be having a cowboy standoff between both McCrees and their ults. Oh, here comes Jason using his ult, getting no one. Sadly, but Ace is coming up with the bomb. Could we get a nice bomb out of here? Oh, here goes the window from Plankus, and it looks like nothing's going on. Ooh, and a huge shatter from Zaya, but
he ends up dying to the bomb.
Oh no!
Amazing plays coming out from either side of the team, negating other people with their own ultimates. That Diva Bomb has been nasty this entire fight. And we see right-click make Overwatch just doing what he does best, but no, Sean shuts him down immediately. We got a little waving Diva on the point, and we're gonna flip it again.
This is, oh my god, we've been flipping so many times now, but it could, we could be going to an overtime that could be lasting forever or an instant one. Because right now we got Justin with his shatter, and this shatter could decide the factor of whether they win or lose this fight.
We also get a pick on a Sean, which is going to make them force back a bit. However, we see Drexel just pouring onto the point, putting all of their resources into it. We only have Bomb online, and we see shatter from Justin. Oh my god, and the pin as well, just getting everything displaced. Ultimates are flying everywhere. We've got a 99 and 99. Oh, every even pick, Justin just dominating, swinging that hammer, making sure he can help support his teammates. And oh my god!
Here comes the bomb from Drexel, but getting no one remake, gets no one either. Sean will be able to come back with his ult. Bab's trying to use that. Here comes the McCree from Kyle and takes out Lucio and takes out. And Barrow takes out the. They're gonna flip the point again.
Oh my god! If I flip this many times, I think I'd break my neck attempting. Oh my lord! We see a 99 and 99 fast character
Drexel
can't even touch. Oh
Drexel B takes it. Wow. Oh my. Both sides are doing great. It's fascinating to see what's going on right now. Both sides are playing very good so far. We've seen some huge ults. The Diva Bomb most of the time, except for going in the hole for Drexel B, but this is a very, very close game.
The amount of swaps that we've seen just purely based on, oh, they have this, I'll go this, is truly insane. That was like a Westchester thing. I was kind of ragging on them for that. They're like, hey, you got to always switch ults. However, we see so many comps coming out in one section of one map. And we're not even done. Like, after this, we're going to have a little bit of a stagger here. They're going to play another section of Oasis. Like, we're not even done. And we went to 99 to 99. This might be a map 5.
This could be a huge game for both sides right now. It's anyone's game. There's no one-sided. This is I think the first time we've had a very, very close matchup on the first first map. Most of the time on the first map of a takeover on capture, both sides, you always have that one side who always kept dominating. But both Drexel B and Widener are both coming out strong and both wanting that position in the grand finals.
I think it's interesting to note that the first pick wins first map rule didn't really apply here because of the pure amount of determination that each team had, and they really would pit against each other. You notice there was not a lot of soft resets during this fight. If they saw an advantage, they took it.
He pretty much did. You've had, times where Drexel B looks like they're going down, and then, either a Diva Bomber comes in and it just takes over instantly. And it just amazed me how great this game's going so far, and I'm excited for this next map.
Yeah, we're going to come into the next map in a few seconds here. I am crossing my fingers for the elevator map because I love seeing people on that jump pad and going onto that high ground.
Yes, and that's very big for dive comps right there. Getting that high ground instantly with that elevator can really show something up, and it looks like we're getting an elevator here.
We got it.
And we're getting a ball diva on the one side.
Oh my gosh.
And a Roadhog on Drexel.
They gotta be joking. They gotta be messing with us. There's
oh my
no
god!
way.
If we get Drexel with a hog,
they're messing with you. They never do that.
Never,
Come on.
it's always something. You always see fashion, you're so excited, and then just say no, we're gonna run regular comp. But no, we
do see the Winston staying though, as far as we know, which is gonna make them be a lot more mobile and hopefully let them get that high ground that they so desperately need at the beginning of this fight.
They very do need. And Kyle going off the Cassidy here to go play some soldier. Hopefully, maybe be able to get down that. Probably that Cass, in the backfield, or at least with their high, the Helix rockets can take on some pretty big damage on them.
We see the importance of a Lucio here as Widener immediately gets to the high ground and the point just because of that amp alone. They don't have to put any resources into it. If you notice at the beginning, Reaper teleported and Winston also uses jump pack before even seeing the elevator. This allows them to push them off the point with using minimal stuff, and that is how they were able to cap so quickly. We've got 6 people on the point already, and everything is online and everything is blue.
As though, we look at this, we need, Drexel B needed that high ground. They, sustained something, but they were not there fast enough. And like you said, Widener was easily able to take over on that high ground, and every time they tried to get up, they would just swing away. But it looks like Drexel B's coming back from this and starting to get picks, taking back point after only 20% of Widener. Like, it looks like Widener is gonna do something well and keep holding it, and then Drexel B is coming in to just change it and say, no, we need this point. And it's always the same, vice versa.
We see Sean switching onto the soldier to kind of mirror the comps, and we see yet again another flip, another instant comp change to try and fix things up. We also see them trying to go through to the elevator, but they're so dominant on that high ground that they hit a huge anti that's going to really get things done. Nano also goes out onto the field as well as Immo, and Diva is out stuck by herself, and Ace is pretty much down immediately, staggering his team.
Man, that, Diva tried to get up there and what did that break zone, instantly stunned, gone. And that anti-nade was probably the winning factor right there. Like 4-person anti-nade, that is something that just changes the fight completely for them. And, again, Widener is taken down. Hopefully maybe they can turn this around and take a point and make another flip.
It's the use of these small support pieces of the toolkit that's really allowing the teams to either get in or get obliterated, and it's good to see that both teams are using discipline and using them. We also see them rotate straight to the point and force them to drop down, which some of the team does, and Drexel is a pretty much split team right now. And however, Baru does get some stuff done with the blades.
With the Blossom.
Blossom.
But it looks like Widener. Ooh, okay. But Widener is switching to the Genji here. Hopefully, maybe they see some nano blades out here. But still, even after that fight, even using 2 ults, Drexel B is still holding on to 2 more ults as well, and going to be having a 3rd one with that break. And Soldier taking many headshot down, any headshot kills, taking them down instantly.
Soldier's just completely uncontested on the high ground. They're not doing a thing to stop him, and he's really punishing them for not doing something about it. We also see a bunch of ultimates online, as you previously said. This could be probably the press Q fight. And pretty much, if they don't figure out how to touch him like the next 5 seconds, this is going to be a very fast match.
Oh, here we go. Oh, they're not. They're gonna touch.
Okay.
Ooh, that was pretty close. Yo, here comes the bomb.
See the bomb
from Drexel and gets no, and here comes the visor from Drexel, but looking like Rare getting a kill there. Looks like Kyle's not going to get anything from that visor, but is getting a pick on that Winston. Reaper on Reaper action getting down. And it looks like Drexel B is going to be taking this first map.
Doesn't even matter that they whipped so many ultimate. Oh, we got a little dirty emote here. But it doesn't even matter that Drexel messed up 2 of their ultimates. They were able to follow through, and that is what got them the win on this section of the map. They didn't just simply fall back because they left their ultimates out. We're going to see Sean here as the Reaper for the win.
I think this was the... No, it's on first point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. We get... Ooh, nice turn on the back. Very low there. Gets the cast as well on Kyle. Man, it gets Lucio, I think. Widener, but still gets it. But still a nice play. But yeah, that first map was very good. And Drexel came back on that second point, said we need to dominate, and well, they did. And they completely just obliterated anything they tried to push on them.
Some say that a close map of Overwatch is objectively worse than a really one-sided match, and I'd have to say that they're horribly wrong based on what we just watched.
So much better. I never had so much excitement while casting on this first map since now, and I'm really excited to see this next map, which is probably going to be Kings Row. But they have Eichenwald on there. Maybe we can get some Eichenwald. But probably Kings Row, probably the Reinhardt.
Because it's probably Kings Row. We're probably going to see Rein. Are we going to see some crazy vertical heroes? Like, I know last round we had a bunch of Pharahs and we had a bunch of Widows going at each other. Do you think we're going to see that here, or are we going to see like some really brawl-heavy comps?
I think we're going to be seeing another Reaper again. I think Reaper's going to be back. Maybe some Junkrat. Maybe even Hanzo coming in. Snow from last Widener match he had. Both that Hanzo play, those Hanzo plays and those Junkrat plays, and hopefully they bring him back for this map.
Yeah, or hopefully between you and me. I would like to not see Kings Row again. I
Yeah.
know we played Hollywood and that didn't really work.
It didn't work.
But
No,
it is fun to see other maps.
It would
being
love to see more
chosen.
maps, but it's whatever the team thinks is
Yeah.
best for them.
We don't have
And
any input on that.
nope.
We're not that cool.
No, but you know, this is I guess we're probably gonna have Kings Row. Gonna see the Rhine. We're gonna see Diva, Reaper. Hopefully, maybe, probably gonna be some huge more BAP utilizations. Like from the last game, where Road Cars goes on to that Baptiste again and shows us that they're ready for this next map.
Yeah, when we interviewed Widener, we saw that we had a very dominant showing of Baptiste, and the other team is still holding their own, also with their own healers.
Very.
So it's not as one-sided in the healer category as it was last time, and that they're able to either get the damage they need with the certain flex healers, or they're just simply out-healing everything. Next game should be starting in about a couple minutes. Is there any like wishes that you want to see, like crazy flanks or like weird hero choices?
It'd be funny to see the Hog. I would love to see Hog in this.
Yeah.
But if Drexel B wins this match, it will be a Drexel A versus Drexel B
And that
grand
would be
finals.
objectively good.
That would be funny. You know, it'd be very surprising if we see Drexel B winning and beating Drexel A in the grand
That
finals.
would be a very interesting upset.
Oh, here we go. We're starting
here
up.
we go on
we
Kings
see
Row.
Kings Row again.
We
As
see
you
the Widow come out for those fast picks, and we also have Beru again on the Reaper here. Other than that, we're starting to get set up.
As you see here, looking like we got Zarya on
Ooh, okay.
Zarya going on the Widener. Widener's on attack with Zarya and Rhine, while Drexel B is on with the Rhine Diva on defense. Looking, like I said, we're going to see that Reaper. We do not see Snow.
Now, the thing is, we see Lucio on defense and
on
not
defense?
attack.
That's-
Instead, we have a Mercy, and that could spell trouble because Lucio is usually used to push through that choke, but they have no additional speed coming out of spawn here.
Yeah, they really do not, and that's what they need, though. They need to get out of that choke quickly, or else if they can't get through that fast, that Reaper and that Cass is going to take it down quickly, and they're not going to get enough push on that other team.
You see the Junkrat getting a lot of damage out the gate to Reinhardt's shield, which is forcing them to move back to the point as a whole. However, we got a sneaky Reaper that's going to come in behind and hopefully get some damage. Oh, well, just kidding. He's going to teleport
gonna
out.
away.
But we see them kind of folding back onto the point and letting Widener just kind of take position and really start pushing in.
Yes, and we see that Jason's staying on the Widow and is yet to swap yet. It looks like we're getting a nice fight here on the point. Both sides still have Elmore already down
Ooh.
and taken down, but Drexel B, Reinhardt takes out their Reinhardt, and it's it looking like a Drexel B win here with the Reaper taking out the Junkrat. That Widow is still staying on Widow. I don't know if they're gonna switch off of it.
My guess is they're probably going to switch off it, maybe.
It looks like they're staying with it.
It's a very interesting thing to keep because her ultimate doesn't really do much in terms of damage. It just tells you where everyone is, but
That's what I
you
mean.
can see everybody really easily on this point. So I'm not sure about that pick.
You already know where they're gonna be, especially with that giant Rhine shield, and there's not much.
Yes, immediately
Oh,
is.
in the
Oh!
window with the fire strike. I don't know how perfectly timed he did that. Like he fire strike before the window, and he just obliterated him. Oh my gosh, that already just gave Drexel an instant like team fight win.
We see Drexel just immediately getting back to point and resetting instead of going and trying to stagger out people, which is probably going to be their key to winning rather than letting themselves get caught out and get hit by that Widow, who has now switched off. So we have a Mei on the field instead. And we also have a Lucio instead of a Mercy. That went out pretty
That one.
quickly.
Yeah, that's good. They notice that they're not getting enough speed and they can't get in there fast enough. So they're like, let's get off this Mercy and let's get that Lucio in. But we see here that Widener has coming in with 3 ultimates, 1 Junker.
Ooh.
And Cass getting on that flash headbang on the Lucio
And
and
a
a shatter from Zaya. Oh my gosh. Justin has also
What a
shot 3-man
complete
riptide from
switch.
Sean. This could mean something different for both sides. It's an even fight still. Something still winnable for both sides. They're pushing Lucio on Drexel B.
Oh my
and
God,
a 3-man.
it's
What is happening? It's a swap. It's swapping on swap. And we see that Drexel B is going to win that whole team fight after being dropped by a 3-man Junkrat
The amazing
Riptide.
thing is, they have ultimates almost immediately. They have Bear's ultimate, they have Window. They're going to be able to contest yet again. They didn't let that set them down, and they immediately pushed back on a point and did what they thought was right. Now, however, while he's speaking, Barrow does go down, and that's going to allow them to start opening and moving really forward.
Looks like we got to switch to the Genji here.
Yeah.
Instead of the Junkrat. So it's something. Obviously, if we get any blades here. Oh, and a shatter from Justin taking on the team. It looks like Widener's gonna take the point quickly after being completely demolished by the cast on Drexel B.
Widener putting all those resources into the previous fight made them think they would have won it, but in the end, putting in too many resources really does spell the end. They're gonna start moving the payload now. They got a good cushy time bank. However, they're not exactly pushing up to meet the players.
Yeah, but BFC Barrow's maybe trying to get a sneak around the team because he does have that Death Pulse coming in. And we see that Kyle coming in with the cast on ultimate soon. But we see on Widener that May and both supports have their ultimates. So this is definitely going to be probably a Q fight coming up.
For sure. We see everyone start to finally push into each other. The payload is making great progress because all 6 people are on the cart for some reason. We're also going to see Reaper coming over to the side. He's going to teleport and get ready to get in position. We see Immo go down almost immediately. We see the cast ultimate come out and get immediately walled off, getting no value. Hopefully he cancels out of it. We're going to see a very dominant performance from Widener as they just start pushing up again and again. And oh wait, I spoke too soon. Barrow just completely dominating, coordinating with his team, getting Immortality Field baited out, and they're even going to stagger the D.Va.
Wow. I was about to say, they did not see Barrow coming at all. They were pushing like everything was fine, but they completely forgot about Barrow. And that was their biggest downfall there, is that they did not worry about their DPS, thinking they could push this fine. And you see what happened is that Barrow got that double kill on that boss and completely won the team fight for Drexel.
Once again, not scouting out those DPS players and letting them go ham is what's killing them in the end. We see a Blade online. Hopefully that'll get popped soon. Now there is no Ana to counter with that. So maybe a little bit of a dry fight if they can keep him alive enough. We also see a lot more progress on the cart here as the team starts to surge forward, and now they're finally baiting Immo out. And oh my god, huge shatter! And an Eden Blizzard on the side of Widener!
Oh my god! Then Drexel B is coming in with a flame and completely burning the competition. But the thing is, I was thinking maybe this would be a win for Widener because they had 4 ults, and they get completely shut down by Zaya.
It's amazing how much resource they're able to pump in and get things done. However, on the other side, we're getting 4 ultimates online, including a shatter, so they may do the exact same thing. We see Genji go up and bait out Immortality Field by pretending to Blade. We also see him pretty much deny the correct movement for Kyle, but he goes down pretty well. We also got a lot of punches flying out, a little bit of a street brawl here. And we see some ultimates start flying out as well.
Gets no one. D.Va does not get anyone. It's still a pretty even team fight. Looking for the Blade here, but does not pulls out the Immortality Field. Our kids like taking it down. Huge shatter from Justin there, pushing him back even farther, but still not getting any closer. Here comes the Blade, gets one, but gets instantly shut down by Barrow.
Just an immediate shutdown, once again, trying to get into that back line, but not selecting the right people, and that's allowing Widener to just walk right in and dominate. It's amazing how much they can get done.
They use a lot of ults there, though. Justin, used his shatter, he used window, but they're building up really quickly. Justin's already at 65% on his shatter, and Rokas is already at 80, almost 90% on his window again. And we have Blizzard coming up. But on the other side, we do have Zaya coming up with a shatter, Kyle with another high noon, and Plank is having a window as well.
It's a pretty even fight in the terms of ultimates. It's just at this point who uses them first and who is able to duck. We see a window come out and they just kind of walk right past it, so it doesn't really help. We see a counter window come out as well as they pour damage on the point. Immo comes out for both sides of the team as well. It's very much a mirrored fight as they immediately start trying to pour damage into each other, but no one is exactly moving to capitalize on the side of Drexel. They're just kind of letting them push the cart forward, and that could spell disaster, especially because Jason has his ultimate and could shut things down pretty easily.
Rokar's there on that push really saved his whole team there without immortality again.
Oh, and look at that! Blizzard comes out and just
taking on their
cleaning
team.
everything up.
Again, Rokars is really helping that team out with those immortalities. You know, looking on that, looking on their health, all of them were all low, but Rokars came in with that immortality and saved all of them, healing up real quickly, helping them win that team fight.
It's once again that Baptiste that is so key that you almost can't ignore him in fights when you're really supposed to be picking on those DPS players to keep them in check, and then you turn around and Rokar is just right in your face. It's truly amazing what Widener has been able to do on the field today with the characters they've chosen.
Again, it's looking like it's looking exactly what happened in the first game. The first game Widener played in, they lost their first point. They lost their first game on capture, and now they're just starting to work on rolling the other team on hybrid, and maybe even going into a third game, and maybe winning control. But but Drexel is still coming in pretty good with some fights right now.
We're gonna see them start setting up again, and we're staying on the Genji. So that's going to be interesting. We also have Kyle switched onto the Widow, and we have a double sniper running here, which could spell trouble. I don't really see how a Hanzo and a Widow is going to help you unless they can both I was going to say, unless they can somehow both get picks, that doesn't make sense.
I think Kyle is probably just going for the Widow here, just to get maybe try to get a pick or two on Drexel, and then probably switching maybe to either a Mei or a Cass, in my opinion.
We'll just have to kind of wait and see what their plan is here, because this is a bit confounding.
Yeah, very confusing here, as we see D.Va trying to eat all the shots. No picks so far. Just trying to push out a spawn. It looks like, yep, Kyle does switch off the Widow to go into a Cass here. It looks like Drexel's trying to push up here, trying to get as much ground as they can already, while Genji's just hiding behind the totem. He's trying to get as much pepper damage as he can right now.
You see Drexel perfectly rotate around the statue and keep together so that no one can get picked off, and that allows them to start kind of going forward. However, there's a lot of damage coming from both sides, and now, well, riddle me that. Beru starts things off with a pick, and the Hanzo, what's the right choice here? Because they immediately start falling back, and he's just peppering them with damage, and they can't do a thing about it.
You know, it's reminding me of the last match. You know, that Hanzo would, Hanzo is literally just taking out that Mei, and that Mei has not been able to play yet. And like she was caught out though. You know, every time, she was trying to get chip shots, and now Hanzo's ready right there to get him. But it looks like they're trying, Winder's trying to stall, but Zaya's taking out. Big drag from Beru to get one of the Baptiste down. Mei trying to hold point with the Ice Block and Ice Wall. Doesn't really hold on though. Lucio trying to get away. But it looks like Drexel is going to be taking first point really quickly.
Drexel once again with the super fast picks. The other thing is they're not on the Reaper anymore. So that could spell trouble in the fact that they were so ready for this Reaper that now how are they going to counter this Hanzo?
I don't know. Really, that D.Va needs to have her defense matrix as much as he can to get those shots off. And the DPS cannot be peeking as much, just like how that Mei went down so quickly. Because if they peek, that one headshot, that one lucky shot from the Hanzo can go over through a corridor and headshot you and easily take you down and lose you that team fight without even starting.
We see Widener start to slowly move forward to meet the other team. However, it's burning down their Rhine shield and not allowing him to really get any picks. However, it did exactly what they wanted because Drexel immediately backpedaled for some reason, and they walled them off, and now all of a sudden they have the cart. They just can't do anything.
Seeing though Genji did get that pick on that cast there. Already, like I said, any fight, he already stopped the team fight before it even started. You already won it before. And the wall on Zaya though, with the bomb, and a double kill on both tanks. Genji with a double dash and a triple kill. Oh my god! And Widener is just sweeping the floor right now.
They had a plan and they stuck to it. And to the fact that they have so many ultimates to use as well, they only donated one to the cause and they have 5 to keep them at bay for 3.5 minutes. This is an insane showing.
We're going to be seeing a Q battle here because if we see both sides, even right now, Beru's about to have his dragons again. 5v5 ults right now. Both teams already used their bombs and it's just here. Both windows, not weird windows, but looking weird. Looking like Mei using ult, Fap using ult. Oh my god, Drexel used all their ults. They're all out of ults. And then the Shatter comes in to clean it.
Oh my god.
That Shatter though could have been saved for later as it could, since they already won the team fight. But we still do have that Genji ult and the beat.
the important rule of a mid-fight, deciding whether it's worth it to stay or not. In this case, they peppered everything they had into it, and all they have to show is a kill feed doused in red. We also see a swap into a Zarya instead of a D.Va, so hopefully they can start getting bubbles and bullying as they move forward. However, that Mei and her wall is being pretty good at taking that Ryan who's out of position and catching it.
Oh, here comes the Dragons. Immortality down, getting the Lucio down. So they cannot use beef. Zarya getting the pick on Baptiste. Both heroes down, meaning trouble for Widener right now.
We're gonna see McCree also push up forward a bit, and we're as well as just completely eliminating the rest of Widener, and we're gonna see the cart start to move again. However, they did hold for a good couple minutes, so the time bank isn't looking too hot unless they can really just surge forward, which it seems like Widener is letting them do, as they are not pushing out to meet them at all.
The ults of Widener right now, we could be seeing one more team fight before, either that could stop them from taking point 2 or they lose it and have to hold for about maybe like 4 minutes on point 3. But okay, here comes the ultimate. Oh, Immor ruining Genji's blade. There are 6 ultimates on Widener right now. Window being shot down and putting down and taking out their team. Looks like Widener is going to be winning this team fight here.
We see Rollcards just again doing some amazing work with Baptiste, putting his window down exactly where his team needs it, so that they only use 2 ultimates. Their ultimate charge bank and synergy is just insane, and that's what's keeping them up in this fight. They know that they don't have to push up all the way, even though it seems like they should, because they know they have the ultimates in the back pocket that could just completely obliterate them once they get up into their view. We also see, a wall come down with a good bomb, and we get a 2. And we see Ryan just start going into swinging a mischarge on the end of Zaya.
No.
And we just watch everybody get obliterated on side of Drexel.
That shift key, that really, it looked like he was trying to get out, but he went too far in and went right into the wall. And look at this. That team fight was won with only 1 ult, and Widener is still holding on to 3 ultimates still from the 6 they had from like 2 fights ago. This really shows how much, they're, how good they're doing without even ultimates here. And it's showing that they're a strong team that, you can't take an easy time on.
They have a lot of patience in that they're not going to pour a bunch of ultimates in the fight, and they already saw how that affects them. We see a window High Noon come out and not really get anything done. We also see the Blizzard come from the flank, which should hopefully start peppering the team with damage, and we see the kill feed starting to go red as Immo goes down, and the tank and Kyle as well. But however, they're pulling it in different directions. We saw a really good shatter come out, and Barrow with the kill on the Mayhem Mines as well. And we see just so many flip-flops on this fight. It is very much, once they push up, a final fight territory, and they don't really have much to work with here on either side.
We could be seeing a nice grab Riptire here from Barrow and Barrow and the Zarya here. We have B here. They need to push in with this B here, or else it's over, and we'll be going into a map 3. Rollcards does though have window ready, and Ace is coming up with a bomb. He could
Ace has enough game sense. He could eat that grab, and we could be here for a while.
He's been up to ult to have that Ace up his sleeve, and getting ready to go. And he's like, oh, but they're letting him push, and here comes the grab. Oh, and the Riptire takes 2. Genji's trying to get in, but nothing's happening. Kyle taking out Ace, and Genji taking out the dash. Oh, Genji's
Sean coming around the back for a flank, just trying to get things done. However, he's not contesting the cart, which allows Drexel to just move right on forward, and now they're peppering damage and making them go away, and all of a sudden they're not in overtime anymore.
Man, and they only had 2 ults there, and they took it back. They didn't even have both ults ready. They still had to build them, and they still won that fight. Amazing.
The ability of both teams to build ultimates so quickly is what makes this such an interesting match, and allowing them to hold when they need to, but also just really know when to brawl. We're going to see them start trying to come around the corner, which may not be the best idea as they're coming to get met. However, we see Sean getting ready into position, probably for some sort of pick and a blade. However, he gets immediately stopped by Zaya's game sense as he turns around and just smacks him up to the side of the head.
Looks like we have Barrow, who tried to switch to Hanzo there for trying to get some picks, but instantly shut down by Sean later on. Not so good shatter, kind of blocked, and he's running away.
Hits the funny button again.
Gets out, but died. But it's actually still living here. Looking like they're getting pushed back though. We're going into final fight territory here with only 1 ult on Drexel's side and 1 ult on Widener.
Yeah, it is not looking good for Drexel here. Widener has Shatter, which is objectively a more influential ultimate than High Noon. We also see Ace getting ready to get his mech back, and we're really close to not touching because there's only like 15 seconds left.
Doomfist jumping in there, getting instantly shut down, and you're
if they
getting
can
ready.
get that out of the way.
Gets
And-
one, gets the
he
line
gets
down.
Ryan.
Oh,
Look at
Drexel
them go.
pushing.
They didn't even need ultimates for this. They just absolutely dominate with the one that they had. You totally proved me wrong. High Noon was so useful right there.
We're going the final fight here. This is taking all the marbles right now. Doomfist taking on the Baptiste. Ace taking
here
on
he comes
the pass. Oh, but Hanzo picking it up.
the
And the shadow
Zarya.
on him. It's
Oh, and
anyone's
the
getting
beat goes
beat
out,
coming
though.
down. Dragon
Dragon, oh,
and
it's
no,
so bad.
oh my God, Zaya! This could be winning for Drexel
could
right
be
here.
another
They got
one.
another
We got
proof.
three,
Oh
and that's
my
completely
God,
it. They
Zaya
didn't even
wins
need-
it.
They had 2 ultimates online. Didn't even use a
Oh
single
my
one.
God.
Just hit spin to win. That is an insane showing from Widener.
Zaya with the boops on the last point, and that area for boops is so small that it's surprising how he got 3 off of there.
That game sense of knowing exactly when to switch is what saved them right there. They knew they didn't have ultimates, so blowing things like that didn't even matter. And look at what he was able to do within mere seconds. That's an insane amount of game sense for Widener, and they should be very proud of the showing that they just gave us.
And we're going into pretty close times here. Both one only having a minute, while the other one only has a minute and a half. So we could either be seeing a one-sided fight here or a draw, and maybe even going to a 4th map here.
Is this the Widener curse? There's just always
Widener
going to be a
curse.
draw on Kings Row.
Kings Row is the map they can either draw or lose, I'm guessing. But this is very close. Again, this is just like Oasis. Both teams bring as much as they can to the table, showing that they both deserve to be in the grand finals.
Now, we see on the side of Widener that they are not going for those opening picks due to how much little time they have. And I think that's a great choice. Rather than staggering their Widow away from them and risking the swap, everyone is going to be together and with that Lucio amping right out of spawn. The thing that doesn't make sense to me, though, is the Lucio on the other side, because they're not moving anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Unless they're trying to use that AMPU from the Lucio, there really isn't much for a Lucio on defense. Unless we can see maybe trying to just for defense for beats, just in case if Amor goes down. It looks like Drexel already coming in through
rotating right through
Hotel, trying to take the damage, but being met by a wall by Widener here. But looking like they're going to be still pushing out. Diva frozen. Sean taking out the BAP here and instantly taking out that Amor. But it looks like it's still anyone's fight right now. Ace taking out Zaya. And it looks like Widener might be taking this out. Trying to... Ace trying to eat the laser there, but not really doing much. With Wall, though, Drexel Zarya is having a nice high charge.
We see Drexel also with an ultimate online already, and it has been
wow.
like 40 seconds. They are exactly where they need to be, and they know what they need to do. They're using only their abilities, and they're building up their ultimates perfectly. This is very much final fight, and they know exactly what they need to do.
Let's see what happens. Here we go. Coming with a window, and his own teammate did that to
Immo
him,
goes,
taking it down.
oh my gosh, Immo saving the team as well, allowing them to just clean up. It doesn't even matter that Immo's down. We see an ultimate from Kyle,
take it.
and they're gonna cap point here.
They take point even though Beru walled off Zaya's shatter. That is insane. Oh
now,
my god.
The thing here is they cannot leave this cart, otherwise it's over. So we could see some interesting picks, like maybe a Sigma on the other side to just lift and win.
But it looks like they're staying with the same comp. Looking like we're having a Blizzard and maybe a Blade coming up and beat as well. While Drexel only has Grav here, so this is looking a little worrisome for Drexel right now.
If they can get everybody grouped up and really capitalize on that grab, they may be able to let their other teammates build up. But for now, it seems like they're playing very defensively, which is a good move. Plank is almost going down, so they're going to back up a little bit, but they can't really stay too far away because the cart is moving so consistently. We see a Blizzard come out, and it's
and the grab is eaten by, oh my god.
Just insane amount of gameplay from each side of the team. Ultimate popped out like crazy. It is overtime after all.
But it's over.
And there it is.
Wow.
The game sense on Ace is astounding.
And Ace just pulled out, I thought they were going to get grabbed there and lose, but that grab get instantly eaten by Ace.
That is the moment that they needed, that opportunity to open and start dominating the field. If Ace didn't have that game sense and he didn't know to eat that grab, that would have gone a completely different direction.
That could have been a farther push for Drexel, but no. And they throw the freeze down and instantly won that fight afterwards. And, Widener right now has a minute and a half to take both the point and a bit of distance. This could be either a loss for them or a win. It's crazy, how close this is and how exciting it could be. This is a deciding factor right now if we go to map 3 or not.
It's very close right now in that it may not seem like there's a lot of time to push, but if you're coordinated enough and get that point as quickly as you can, there's a very real chance that they could just push right through that door and win.
It's looking like Beru's going on the Torb here for a little bunker
Okay.
town here, just so that we can,
That's your
so they can
favorite,
hold
huh?
down Torb. Torb's a little, nope, all skill, no luck, just like Hanzo. But we
Definitely.
see that we see that Drexel's running the same comp as a Widener. Widener's going, their maid Genji again. And, Baptiste on Rokars. Rokars on the Baptiste is looking very promising right now. And this could help them maybe take this point.
We see them start rotating around, but rather than going to the statue, they just go right on through, and that
Right through,
completely throws off whatever Drexel is doing. They also throw the wall out, and Kyle gets an easy pick on it, Justin, which is going to make them start to fall back, and they just immediately start dominating their diva in that line, just eating up all sorts of damage. Now, as they try to stagger, and they get the stagger on Sean too. So they just shut down a third of the time that they had.
And we see here already Plankus is already about to have his window suit in just about 30 seconds in game. And this looks like we're going again into final fight territory here with about 45 seconds left of the game with no ult.
We see the swap on the Junkrat as well, which is very interesting considering how much ult he had. However, it looks
Right,
like it's
Junk's on the
panning
Bap.
out because he gets a pick onto the Baptiste. And as well as just so much damage, they see the wall go through. They're pulling back the fight in the direction that they want.
Sean is really dominating with that Junkrat though. That Junkrat pick was a good pick, especially taking down that Baptiste who had window ready to go. We see that Beru is going on the trace to go for a fast gear to hold on to that point so that they cannot win. We see that maybe either the Lucio or Baptiste is going to be holding that point. Hopefully able to get it through that corridor.
We see Sean push up a lot as well, which is going to spell trouble for him as the window comes out, and they all have to start hugging the cart. However, we do have a window of our own online, and we're close to a blizzard, which was the undoing on the other side. Oh my gosh, they're really close to not even letting them
they're
get
getting
they
it touch, and it's over.
That's
Widener wins second map. We're going into a third one. Oh my gosh. Sean with a great pick on that Junkrat, helping the team win that final fight, and the walls of Jason helping them so much. And here's the Zaya play.
Yeah, we're going to see the play with Zaya and this amazing swap on onto Wrecking Ball. Just before he even hooks onto the payload, getting two and then getting a third. It's just insane the amount of ability that he has on that Wrecking Ball.
That Wrecking Ball
That's something you usually see where they don't really know how to play Wrecking Ball, but they pull it out and just start going around in a circle. But you could see that he was well versed enough to know exactly where he needed to be.
He was ready for that. And now we're going into map 3, which is just plain payload right now. We could be seeing either Junkertown, we can see Rialto, Havana, Watchpoint Gibraltar. What do you think we're going to see this game?
My vote is always Junkertown.
Junkertown, of course.
That is my favorite map, so I am a little biased in the fact that if we get on Junkertown, I'm going to be very excited. However, it is also really interesting to see how teams will play on Watchpoint Gibraltar, because that is not commonly picked. However, if you do pick it, you're usually pretty dominant on the map.
I'm hoping for some Rialto here. Rialto's, I love boop maps here. So like anytime you can boop someone off the map, I want that map being played. So I'm hoping we can see some Rialto here. So the last time we had a game to go on the 3 maps with the Widener and the sales map that went to 4, and they went Havana, and Widener was able to push through and win that map. Do you think if they pick Havana again, if Havana is picked again, do you think Widener will have that same amount of same chance again?
I think so. They know exactly what they're going to do, and they know how to counter Drexel pretty easily. Although they're very close fights, they're able to adapt and push against what they're seeing. So being able to be on a map that they know they're already dominant on is going to give them some confidence and morale, which is super important, especially in matches as close as this one.
It's very exciting. Widener has shown us that they are not ready to quit yet. After that map, that very, very close map on King's Row, going from looking like Drexel B was going to win this to now it's anyone's fight now. And I'm very excited for this next pack to come up.
It was very much when we first came in here, we were very confident that Drexel A and Drexel B would come together for like the lore and like the funny story. But now, honestly, anyone who makes it here really deserves to be where they are, and they're fighting super hard. And it's going to make a great match out of whoever gets through these doors.
Yeah, and both teams deserve to be in the grand finals, but only one can. And again, it's Drexel A. If Widener can beat Drexel B here, maybe we can see a good fight against Drexel A, and maybe even a win. imagine beating both Drexel B and A at the same, in one day. That's probably
is
a huge
much
victory right there.
Yeah, not like a Cinderella story, but very good showing from any team that has walked through here. Honestly, all the teams, and this may be biased because I played, but I think we're all doing really great.
We all did very well. Every team is doing well so far. There were a few games where first like Lijiang was like decided on one side automatically, but like that second map for most teams was like both very close, and both teams held very well. And this is probably the most exciting thing I've ever been to. I've never been so hyped up for an event before until now.
Just being able to see all of these people come together for something they love, and being able to hold this cast, even for people at home right now who are watching, because I know there's at least a couple of you, just being able to bring this experience to you and have everybody come together is just really important. And I'm really glad that we're getting such an interesting match out of Widener.
This is very exciting though. But going back on the grand finals, never mind. We're getting Junkertown for this payload map.
Go.
Let's see what comes through. We're probably going to be seeing a Widow on both sides. Definitely a Widow map here. Maybe a Roadhog? I don't know.
I don't know.
Double shield.
They might pull. I was gonna say they might pull out the double shield though.
They're playing Bunkertown here for Drexel. Drexel's going to dump. Ooh, Ash Torb. I don't think we've ever
seen Ash.
We've
She's
seen
pretty
Ash a few
rare.
times. We've seen Ash a few times, but I don't think we've ever seen Ash paired up with Torb yet really today. But we see a Hanzo. We have Sigma Ryan on Widener and Orisa Sigma on Drexel. This is something probably we've seen double shield, but never both sides having double shield, and this is going to be an exciting matchup. And I'm just noticing now they're doing Torb on offense.
Yeah, Torb on offense. I was going to mention that. The sheer manpower that you have to keep a Torbjorn up is going to really decide whether or not they can do this. They also see that the soldier peppers with a pick to get people from not coming out. We see an orb come on from Discord, which means, oh my gosh, there's Zenyatta on either side of the team. And we just see they're just walking forward. They're not even set up on cart. Torbjorn hasn't thrown his turret down at all, and he's just pouring damage onto the other side to prevent them from even coming close. We see
Jason almost went down.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, but we look like really so far nothing much yet. We've just been seeing payload, and we haven't seen any Torb. Oh, there's the turret finally on the payload with the Inward coming down, helping the team again. Plankins is doing pretty well with them, but looks like they're getting pushed back a little bit. Ryan is just swinging away as much as he can there.
You can't understate how quickly they were able to get to this spot, though. And even though they're backing up a little bit, it seems like it's within interest, even though they do lose the Sigma, just to kind of do a bit of a soft reset and make sure that they're not going to get completely caught out here.
Like Plankins is coming up already on a window, but Sean getting those headshots on two people, and Jason just taking on that BAP and winning the fight for Widener here. Sorry. But no, we have Dragon Visor and Window coming up with also a Valk for Widener. Well, all we have for Drexel is Window. I guess we already saw Bob come out?
We also see switch on the soldier. Makes a little bit more sense here. We see some ultimates start to fly out now that they have them. So we have a window visor, however, there's another window that comes out on the other side to kind of negate it. However, it doesn't even matter because Jason gets a triple. And they're also getting the Sigma back up. And we get a 4 with the rocket kills.
Oh my god.
They said, yeah, you walked here, but we're not going to let you go any farther. And they still have the Hanzo ult and, kind of a little bit of a fat finger for the Mercy.
Fat finger for the Valk there.
But they still have Hanzo's ult, and they're getting Sigmas online pretty quickly.
Ooh, they do. We could be seeing maybe a Sigma Hanzo combo here, lifting up to get that damage down.
Here we go with Sig.
There it is. There's the Sig right now, trying to get that. But the Immortality coming down to save most of their team right there. Good play for Baptiste right there, saving pretty much 4 people right there.
You see, even though the Immortality field went down and they did live for a little bit longer, Jason is starting to get those picks that he so desperately needs, and they're even pushing past the cart to kind of contest them into spawn. We see a little bit of a stun onto the Sigma, and they're all just immediately going back to their spawn, letting them play the long game because they know that they have the smaller charge. We see Sigma come with the lift, and he gets like 5 people in it, and he gets double kill with it. That's amazing! Sigma players never get that.
Holy crap.
Once he had a complete wipe, they're done. They pretty much, honestly, they might have this point because I don't know if anyone's going to touch.
It's like always, every time every time we talk about something good about the other team, and the other team's like, I feel like they hear us sometimes. Because we can't be, shown as bad, and they just pull out these ultimates that just obliterate teams in seconds.
The good thing about using these ultimates though is they're not using them all at the same time, so they already have a shatter back online and they're gonna have window pretty soon as well. We see a straight up brawl as they all just come and meet each other in the middle. Interesting shatter gets 2 people, but there's a trans on the field, so it doesn't really do any damage. Great game sense from the Zen here. We also see an interestingly placed window to protect just the Baptiste, who goes down pretty easily, and we're gonna see a cap onto the point here pretty quickly once we can get people out of the way.
Oh yes, we do. And wow, team kill for...
So 2 team wipes there within maybe 30 to 40 seconds is nothing to scoff at.
Oh man, that... We see here that Drexel already has a Sigma ult again. And we're coming up with Kyle with the visor coming up, you know, and we're going to be seeing probably some dragons coming up for both Hanzos.
Even though Drexler is pushed up very far, it might benefit them to be up this far because it's gonna make Widener's job so much harder to actually get onto the point and contest.
You know, we're trying to get out of there. It's very difficult on defense here. Trying to get through those very small, tight spaces they can try to get through. But, you know, it looks like they're getting through, and Sigma coming out with another whiff, but misses.
Doesn't get anything.
And here comes the dragon into them, but it's no one either. Looks like both ults are going down. Oh, but Sean
hops into it.
Beru. Wow. Okay. Well, we see Jason trying to get some picks here. Their Sig, Drexel's Sig is the end. Got that Ryan down.
They gotta start touching the cart.
But also, Ace
so
does not get anyone on that grab or on the lift there. Looking like Drexel might be taking point. Mercy trying to hold on to save Ace as much as she can. It looks like they're going down here.
You see a rock onto the Mercy, she gets picked out immediately, and that pretty much folds the entire team like a house of cards, and they're going to take point 2 with a pretty good time bank as well. They've got 3 minutes here, and they're going to start to push up as Drexel gets back out of spawn. However, they need to be wary enough of the swaps that they're going to see. We see Sean back on the Rad, which was so dangerous on King's Row.
Yeah, we're seeing Sean on Rad, Justin going on the Orisa. I don't think we've ever seen Justin yet on Orisa. And we see that we also got to the Lucio as well. Rokars has still got his window ready to go, and Jason's coming up with the visor, so we could see another window visor play here.
We're seeing a lot of held ultimates on the side, and we're just doing a lot of dry fights right now, just trying to get some movement. We see a hit with the sonar arrow from Beru, amazing play. We also see Kyle get kind of stuck on the environment, which is really typical of Junkertown, one of my faves. And then we see lots of shields out and not being used at all, and we see teams that are split up and just trying to survive at this point with Drexel with the win, pretty much, of those team fights, and they have 5 ultimates to use in these next 30 seconds to push it all the way.
This is literally catastrophic right now for Widener. Unless we can get that window visor to pull something louder here, it could be Drexel's point right here. But here comes the Sigma right on the left. He lifts up the Orisa.
And there's
coming down, Orisa down.
Well.
Here comes the window, but doesn't get anyone. Here comes the visor, but Drexel's...
and they don't even touch the cart.
They C9 losing the point.
They just were so focused on trying to get damage done that they didn't plant themselves on the cart and stayed in the side, and that was really their undoing with this round. They also have a good time bank on the other side with 1:53 to get everything done. If they could push super fast and make sure that they can't get out of even spawn, honestly, they have a good chance of winning here.
Yeah, Drexel really turned it around there, though, in the first point. You know, Widener was really holding strong, especially with that 4-man visor window there from Jason. But then Drexel turned it around with that Sigil, getting 3 people pretty much winning the fight for them, and they just kept going. They were never really stopped anywhere. They just kept rolling the ball.
It just speaks how important ultimate synergy is and really communicating with your teammates. Because if everyone had popped ults at the same time, we wouldn't have these kind of matches where someone pops an ult and then someone else pops an ult, and you instantly negate it. Now that we're going back to the side, though, we see Jason on the Widow, but we see Beru on the Torb again. So there's a lot going on here to unpack, basically.
Beru didn't do so well on Torb on attack, but that was attack, and you can't really do much with Torb other than maybe try to throw it on the payload and hope to get some chip damage from that current. But now we see him on defense, hoping maybe some good turn placement so that they cannot take that down so easily, maybe even help them win team fights instantly.
It could really be a deciding factor of whether that turret gets immediately eliminated or it immediately eliminates someone else. There's a lot of damage coming out from there if you don't end up stopping it.
Seeing a double sniper comp here with a Hanzo Widow, so I'm a little worried here about what they're going to be doing. They don't really have much damage for that double shield to take down so quickly. But it could be anything. Here comes Jason with the up, but does not get anyone, cannot see anyone. Both sides holding high ground here, but
Oh, Beru
gets a headshot on that Widow.
And she's rezzed
Oh,
immediately,
man.
but I don't know if that was a good use of res.
I don't think so either. I think that Widow could have done that spawn instantly. You know, they're so close to
so
spawn
close.
anyway. But it looks like Drexel's getting pushed back a little bit here. And we even know they've already got that pick on that Widow, and their immortality's down instantly.
Ooh, there goes the turret.
And Sean trying to come in and try to get any chicken off that of those those shields. And here comes Jason again up with a hybrid, misses that Zenyatta.
Just really getting some peppered shots in here for the DPS. Junkertown is known for these double sniper comps on attacks. Usually they switch off pretty quickly, so we might see a switch on the Widow here. However, it's working super well in this case, and they're able to get a lot done. Look at this Hanzo, just got right up in his face, and Kyle is on the floor.
Sean was not taking the long route there. He wanted that kill instantly gone, or that soldier instantly gone. So he went right after him with those stormers and kicking that instantly. You see that Sean gets a headshot on Beru, and the Mercy goes down by the Orisa. But it looks like Beru or Sean's gonna get down that Orisa there. Here comes a window, but walled off, so that Widow ain't gonna get much value.
We see a lot of ultimates coming out from each side. We see 3 popped at the same time.
Oh my god.
From Drexel B, just to confirm that they are not moving that cart. I don't know if that was a smart choice, because now they've got Trans and Bongo, and that's pretty much it that they can do stuff with.
They do have Molten Core as well, looking at that. But Sean does have Window, and we do have Bongo from Ace as well. And we could be seeing a Valk here. Hopefully to at least keep the team alive while Bongo goes off. Maybe that went into fine with both Bongo and damage boost.
And we see a wall go out to try and catch Sigma out, but he had a kinetic grasp, so it didn't really do much, pretty much wasting that wall. We're going to see him start to try and walk forward, but he just gets shredded with a lot of damage, so they're going to come back and try to regroup.
Looks like Justin and Rokars are going to get their ults built up here. Whoa, man. Rokar's getting the good ammo right there, saving some of the teammates. Here comes Zaya with his Bongo helping take out the entire team almost. Here comes Sean trying to maybe get some type of chip damage here, but it brings no avail and take it down easily.
There's just no contest here. As soon as they start to get progress, Drexel just folds in on them because they know they have the advantage here, and they just completely obliterate, sometimes without even using ultimates.
You know, weird turret placement there.
Yeah,
right down the
interesting
wall.
turret placement there.
Don't think that was the best option, but it could mean something. You know, Widener's coming up with 5 ults pretty much. Hopefully, maybe they turn this fight around. Here comes the Molten Core. Here comes the Dragons. Molten Core, a little bad placement, but it does help him stop from pushing that payload.
Allows them to stop pushing, however, it doesn't really stop them in the fact that Jason is on the carts, forcing them to come forward a bit. We see 2 windows come out from either side, as is customary, and we see a lot of damage coming from that second window.
It's looking like Widener might be taking point here, but it looks like Drexel is coming back as fast as they can here to try to stop it. They only do have trans, but Zen getting one down and Kyle taking down the BAP. And the freeze takes out Ilmore, and Jason takes down BAP. Ace on the ball again. Ace on ball, getting 1 down. Beru with the punch on Justin. It's anyone's fight right now.
There's just desperation coming on from the point as we see a trans get popped when it probably didn't need to. However, it does save the team and allow them in that final fight territory. It is very much a fast character option right now, as they're going to try to run and touch. However, they are not moving fast enough. I don't think they're going to touch.
I don't think it's going to be. This might be Drexel B's victory right here.
I was going to say, this might be it.
Oh,
yeah, they're not going to touch in time.
3, 2, they're touching.
Oh, they're touching. Okay.
Overtime.
We see a Valve come up on the point.
Here comes
We
the
see
Visor.
Nano Visor. Oh, so many ultimates
God.
coming out on the side, but it looks like the kill feed is going to get doused in red as they immediately just...
But it's over. Drexel B is going into the grand finals with Drexel A. That was a good fight. Great job from both teams.
Amazing
Very close.
ability to hold them, like I said, basically right at spawn and not allowing them to even get up to that gate and touch for 1 point. We're going to see a play of the game here from the Sigma, and it's just very much using lift and capitalizing on it with that window. Amazing amounts of damage and a double kill coming right out as well. It was just, integral in them getting as far as they did. Unfortunately, it did not net them the win, but it was still very important in getting them all the way there.
That Soldier, Kyle on Soldier was very good on them. Getting those those huge Helix rocket kills. Though both sides did pretty well. Both Soldiers did well, especially with Widener's Soldier getting a 4K window, but still not being able to pull that victory off.
It's such a close match and such a shame to see Widener go out like
down.
this. But they can be proud of what they did here today. And just like pulling us to a map 4 in general is like
being able to pull us to a map 4 in that, they should be able to keep their heads up high. Continue building on that. They are a great school, and they show that they are a great school. But Drexel is really showing up here to show that both sides can go down.
looks like we're going to go for a quick break pretty soon for post-game interview, and we will see you pretty soon on the other side.